So the festivities for the year at 605 Rockfest are over. Yeah, we rolled around up and down the trails in the Black Hills for 4 days in the mud, all 4 days. Not really so much mud, it wasn't that we were getting rained on, but it rained the night before. Every night for the total of the event. By the time it was all said and done, I came back and emptied a couple of gold buckets. We had 7 inches of rain spread out over 4 days, so the trails were muddy. And of course, it continued to rain, so a good portion of my mud is down here in the street. But people who knew that I also gold prospect were asking, man, how much gold do you suppose you picked up on the tread of the tires? Well, I'm curious now. I think we're going to wash this thing into a bucket, and I'm going to try to get my mud off the street, and we're going to take a look and see. So let's start with the places where the mud has dried and is kind of actually more of, loose dirt. Because here's the thing, gold will stop when it hits a horizontal flat surface like bedrock or a clay layer. So we're going to start by vacuuming these areas before we start actually washing. We're just going to keep washing this and getting all the dirt that we can into the bucket. When we get down to some of the heavier spots, we're going to have to figure something else out. But now let's just try to get all of the dirt from here. Okay, we have a good sign. Right down here, and I'm going to try to get right on it. Right here. We have a little piece of hematite. Now, hematite is like 11 times heavier than anything else that's going to be in the creek bed. Gold is 19 times heavier than water, and about 16 times heavier than anything else in the creek bed. So when you find this, there's a good possibility you're going to find gold. And why am I making such an absurd video? Why not? Hey, every time we vacuum this Jeep, we get gold out of the floor mats. We get gold out of the back. And it doesn't matter if we've been prospecting or not. Just the dirt that we pick up from off the trail that tracks in on our shoes has gold in it. So, hey, we've been in known gold-bearing creeks with this thing on this trip with, not really a trip, on this event with 605 Jeeps. For any of you who are curious, It's 605 Rock Fest is the event that they put on, and it's a blast. If you guys get a chance to attend, you need to. We won't be holding it again until next year, and I say, yeah, because I actually joined. I became a member. Every time we go prospecting, we wash our clothes in a bucket, because every time we do, we come out with gold that rinses out of our clothes. So, yeah, we check everything. And I thought, why not? Why not check the Jeep and see how much gold stuck to it? There may not be much because gold is heavier. It could have fallen off on the trail, but there's a good possibility some of it stuck. So let's find out. And one place that I'm exceptionally curious about, and that's the wheels. Why? Because we have bead locks, and our bead locks do not have drain holes like some. So these are going to act as a centrifuge. If there's gold in there, it stayed in there. Now, of course, we're not going to get every little piece, and we are fighting the weather because it's been raining every night here in South Dakota. And our place that we always find gold, the floor mats. Okay, we're going to transfer any dirt that I started putting in the big tub to the smaller bucket. And we're going to get this tub with some panning water in it. And let's pour the dirty water off. And that's our sample of concentrates that we got off of the outside of the Jeep. Back in a second. Snuffer, little pan. That stuff's packing in. Okay, nothing in the first pan. Okay, it ain't much, but here it is. Worth the effort? Absolutely not. Take it to the car wash, commit it back to the gold gods. It'll wind up in the sewage system and will eventually find its way to some place where, it might get filtered out. You see videos of people digging in the cracks in the sidewalks in New York City and stuff like that, and there's gold there. And who knows, in the future we may go down to Deadwood, a known gold-bearing town, and go down to some of the old brick sidewalks and some of the old brick streets with some crevicing tools and a little shop vac. And we might just dig it up and see what we find. But if you're looking at getting rich by washing your Jeep into a bucket, don't hold your breath. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and share, and help us grow the channel. Until next time, peace out.